Hey guys, it's Adri. I haven't done a video in a while, so I thought I would do a little check-in, and plus I kind of have some things on my mind, so what better time to make a video? I apologize in advance if my dog is barking. He's like one of those little terrier types that's just like burp all the time. So, unflattering dog impersonation aside, let's get to what I was going to talk about. So I've been reading the book Body Kindness by Rebecca Scritchfield, and I've been also like reading into other resources about like intuitive eating, health at every size, that sort of thing, listening to podcasts, just kind of like getting as much information as I can, because I decided that dieting is not working for me. I kind of talked about that in another video, but basically I have been dieting, calorie counting, restricting, whatever you want to call it, for 7 years, and all I've really done is gain weight. All I've really done is restrict myself and then binge, and then restrict myself and then binge. And it is a fact that I do use food as a coping mechanism, but I also use diets as a coping mechanism, and I didn't really realize that like until recently. I think I've gone 2 weeks or a week without counting calories or doing a diet, logging my food, any of those like obsessive compulsive things that I did. And like, yeah, I can say obsessive compulsive because I do have OCD, and I did not realize how much dieting was playing into that, or how much that was coming out in dieting. To be honest, I've been really mentally uncomfortable. Those of you that have like anxiety, OCD, stuff like that, you know what it feels like when you're not acting on something, or whenever something is acting on you, like that feeling inside where it feels like you have this itch that you need to scratch, but you can't, or like you want to cry, but you're not really sad. It's like you just want to like throw up these emotions. At least that, not like literally, like it's just like they're gonna come out. That's how I've been feeling lately. And I didn't realize until today like how much of a problem it has been that I've been using diets and that I've been using food, and like how big of a deal that is. Like I know that it's a big deal for binging, obviously, like that's such a problem, but I didn't see how much both of them were playing against each other inside of me. Like it's kind of ridiculous when I look back on it. Like I was sitting here on the couch, and like afternoons are one of my biggest times for binging, or just kind of mindlessly overeating if I wasn't binging. And I was just sitting there, and I'm telling myself consciously, like, I'm not hungry right now. Like, I had a good snack. It was what I wanted, but it was somewhat healthy, and like, it's good. Like, I'm good. I've had enough. I even had a little handful of chocolate chips, probably more than I should have, because I was just like craving chocolate. And so I just let myself have a little bit instead of like putting it off and then just inhaling a bunch later. And I was like still wanting to eat, and I'm like, no, this is just a habit. It's not like I'm actually needing to eat. So I'm telling myself, okay, I'm not gonna do this. Like, I'm not gonna do it because I don't need that food. Like, part of being kind to my body is realizing that I don't have to give myself food all the time if I'm not actually hungry. So that's making me uncomfortable. And then like there's this other, demon on the other side of my shoulder that's like, okay, well, you already ate a little bit too much, so now you need to make a diet plan. Because what I usually do is like, I'll overeat a little bit or overindulge, and then like to redeem myself, I will come up with this diet plan or obsessively research diets and stuff like that. And I have company. So I, didn't do that. Sorry about that. The perks of having little boys that want to play with their lightsaber in the toilet, right? Anyway, so I realized that I had been using like this diet planning or diet researching or diet obsessing as like this other coping mechanism. So now I'm like sitting here like, I'm not gonna do the diet thing. I'm not gonna do the binging thing. Like, I don't know how to be normal. Like, it has completely dawned on me that I have no real experience eating normally. Like my whole life up until I started restricting was about overeating and using food or other substances. And then I was restricting. Like I don't know how to be normal. And it's really frustrating. And I guess I use the term normal as like an oversimplification of what I'm trying to say, but you guys know what I mean. Like nobody's normal. But, you know, it's really frustrating to think about this. And it's really frustrating to try and live it. And there's really not any like eating disorder type recovery or therapy type places locally that are not like inpatient, that deal with all, you know, like typical anorexia symptoms or bulimia. So I guess I'm gonna try to look online for like some resources or a therapist online or something, but I just wanted to share with you guys what's going on in case any of you are going through the same thing or have gone through the same thing. Give me some comments, some advice, some insight. Other than that, like my problem with trying to sort through this, when I'm not struggling like that, I do feel so much better. Like most of the time I have felt like this sense of freedom of like, I can listen to my body and I can trust my body. And I just have to keep reminding myself, like when I get in these little moments where I'm like battling both sides, I'm reminding myself like I have proven to myself that I can trust my body. I'm going to have to put weight loss, I guess, on the back burner. Like that cannot be the forefront of my mind right now while I'm trying to heal my relationship with my body and food. And it's hard because everywhere you look, you see that people are trying to lose weight. Like I almost feel as if it's okay if somebody that's underweight is trying to heal their relationship with food and have body positivity and recover. I feel like it's okay for them to be in recovery and gain weight, but then for people like myself who are considered obese, when we're in recovery and when we decide to not obsess over food and when we decide to love our bodies, it's like, okay, that's good. You can love your body, but you also need to focus on losing weight. Like, that's just what I feel like. And I guess I just need to not care about the opinions of people on the internet. Light bulb. But, you know, I feel like that's part of it. Like, I feel like, I promise y'all, he's saying frog. Not the F word. But I feel like there's this expectation, if you're fat and you say that you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle, that people automatically assume that you're trying to lose weight right now. And I'm just going to do everything I can to not fall victim to that expectation from others or myself, because I want to focus on my relationship with my body and food. If that ends up being that I do lose weight, which I do feel like I still need to do because I do have back pain and stuff like that that is made worse by my weight, then that's a big plus. And I may be, you know, in months, weeks, years, whoever from now, like I may be at that place where I can focus on weight loss again. But right now I have got to focus on this whole mental, emotional aspect. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling. I hope this made sense. If you disagree with something I said, like maybe we can respectfully talk about it. If you have advice, let's hear it. Again, please be respectful to each other in any comments. I thank you for watching. I thank you for listening to my kids do whatever it is that they're doing. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks. Bye.